In the last few months, maybe it's more than a year now, we have seen the rise of very creative and innovative religious actors who are called by different titles. They are called prophets, they are called apostles, they are called many fancy names. Some of these people have actually given a lot of hope to Zimbabweans by promising them that things are going to be okay. But what we have also seen accompanying this hope has been a new form of deception, which we think is very destructive in any processes that we may need to find a solution to the many challenges that we are facing as a country. For example, there has been a growing assumption that if we perform certain religious rituals that are presided over by these religious figures who are sometimes called men of God, we are told that people could find solutions. If you have a business and you give something to this man of God, your business is going to thrive. If you are not employed and you give something to this man of God, you are likely to get employed. If you are not married and you do something to this man of God, you are going to find a spouse. Now, the problem with all these solutions is that first, they are individualistic. They make every Zimbabwean to think about him or herself, that all the problems that we are facing as a nation are individual problems. And I think this is the first problem. So it fragments any possibility of Zimbabweans coming together to find a solution. Secondly, the problem with all these kinds of solutions is that they put solutions at the level of superstition. They mystify solutions. They do remove agency from the hands of Zimbabweans and put this agency at the hand of one religious figure who presents himself or herself as having special access to God. The problem with all this is that what it does is that it creates fatalism among Zimbabweans, that your future is not in your hands. Your future is in the hands of one particular individual who can solve your problem. But we have not only seen this in the religious arena, we have also seen it in politics. We hear so many people, whether they are artists or whether they are people who are in political parties, who address political figures, certain political figures, with religious titles, sometimes even giving them the titles of God or some vicars or assistants to God. This is very scary. This level of blasphemy is very scary, but it seems like it is something becoming normal. It is one such example of idolatry in our country, where religious figures, religious titles are given to political figures so that they, through this kind of praise, they can share the benefits of patronage to these people who are praising them. By the way, this is not very new. We saw it in the book of Luke, for example, when we read of some people who came and praised Herod, and they gave him some religious titles. And we read in Luke that the angel of God struck the Herod when he was sitting there, and he died, and he started rotting where he was sitting. Idolatry does not only kill the possibility of individuals focusing on the right God, but it also kills those who are receiving and enjoying these titles of worship. So if we are going to turn around the fortunes of this country, apart from us taking very practical steps of changing our economy, of changing our values, of changing the way we relate with one another, one of the things that we will need to change is we will need to turn away from our wicked and idolatrous relationship with those who are presiding over the religious space and those who are presiding over the political space.